of them.
Gravando, ok.
Está legal?
Sou dali, posso falar? First of all, can you talk about your theory?
A little bit in general, just
Yes.
an overview, short.
I know you talk
Yes, right.
every time. A lot of yeah,
It's 900
I know.
pages.
But it's the
Right.
basics.
Yes. Can I summarize it in a few hundred words? I will try, but it's very where?
Just a moment.
Look where?
Você pode chegar aqui se você quiser mais
Não,
perto.
não vou aparecer não.
Não, mas você não tá aparecendo aqui fechado.
Mas ela precisa virar pra você?
Pergunta dela.
Não. Responde pra você. Tá.
You are talking to her, don't worry about it.
Yes.
Right. It's just talking to you, right? Good. Okay. Yes, I'll try to give a very quick overview of the theory. It's basically a theory of consciousness, and that theory of consciousness turns out also to be a good theory of science, theory of physics. So I made the model to explain all of the facts that I had learned in my study of consciousness, which started with Bob Monroe in the early 1970s. And after doing a lot of research there, and that's also research in the non-physical as well as the physical, while we were in altered states of consciousness, I had a whole set of facts that I had developed that were about consciousness, how consciousness worked, what you could do and what you couldn't do, and why things happened. So I wrote this model to be a theory of consciousness. But I'm a physicist also, and I eventually realized that the same model of consciousness also does better physics, and that I could answer the question of why quantum physics is the way it is, why it's a weird science. It's not really a weird science. You just need a better perspective in order to understand it, and why relativity is a strange science, where the speed of light is always a constant, and that came right out of my theory as well. So then I started to look at science paradoxes, that are those things in science that the scientists just don't understand. They know they're real, they've measured them, they see them in experiments, but they're just paradoxes. They don't have a good explanation. And this theory solved all those paradoxes, which means it gave logical, scientific answers to all those outstanding paradoxes. So it's a theory that sees reality as information, that our reality is information-based. And that's an idea that is gaining favor in physics now. Probably 20-30% of the physicists in physics departments in universities around the world think that it's a good idea to have our reality be information-based. It makes sense. It answers the results of the experiments. So though I've been doing this now for a decade and a half, the rest of the physics community is just kind of catching up to that idea now, and it's becoming pretty acceptable in mainstream physics. So once you understand that this is a information-based reality, that's the same as saying that it's a computed reality, which is the same as saying it's a virtual reality. So now we have our physical universe as a virtual reality. And it's the theory of consciousness that answers the questions of, how did it get computed? Who's the programmer? What's it all about? What's the point? What's the purpose? What's our purpose? Why is this virtual reality here? Those sorts of big questions then fall out of the answer to this theory. So that's the theory in a nutshell. It's a theory of how reality works, why we're here. It's a theory of the objective world, like physics works with. It's also a complete theory of the subjective world. So it not only explains all the stuff we find in our world and in our environment, but it also explains all the feelings. What makes us happy, what makes us sad, what makes us feel like we're succeeding in life, like we're doing the right thing? How can you tell right from wrong, good from bad? Is it all relative, or is there really some things that are just good and other things that are just wrong? So it answers all those questions as well. So the overall, what it does is it unifies physics and metaphysics. It unifies the normal and the paranormal, because with this bigger understanding, all the things that we call paranormal turn out to be just normal if you have a different perspective of them. It extends philosophy, answers most of the paradoxes in theology as well. So it's just an overall big toe. Toe being theory of everything, and big means it's in the objective and subjective worlds both. So that's a short summary. That's 900 pages worth in 5 minutes.
Yes. Uau. Vamos lá. Eu gostaria. Amor. I would like to ask you about the void experience. What's the importance? What's the importance? It sounds, because I have an experience in the void.
Mm-hmm.
When I see in the emptiness space, but I think it's the nothingness. I'm the nothingness. I see the. How can I say? Falta eu vi como sendo no nada, como sendo próprio nada, e vi aquele ponto.
Part of the whole.
Oh yes.
The void and the point of consciousness. And I conheci ele por causa disso. Eu comecei a pesquisar.
She came to know about you because she started searching a lot about this thing and ended up finding that experience.
Okay. Well,
Para ele falar pouquinho dessa experiência, se existe alguma importância nessa experiência.
What's the importance of this kind of experience for the person that
Oh.
goes through?
okay. Well, the importance is a very great importance. That's a wonderful experience. Many thousands of people have had that experience. You call
Just